I'm gonna record. Okay, so we're gonna start in child's pose. I'm gonna meet you guys there. Spread your knees nice and wide. Bring your toes to touch. Lower your forehead to the floor. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Soften your head. Soften your hips towards your heels. Take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose. Simply just arriving on your mat. Arriving with your breath. Making a commitment to do your very best to protect your mat space, to protect your breath, and really to create a force field around your mat where any distractions or negativity or frustrations ping off and you find this really nice protected sacred space. Start to walk your hands forward, so much so that your elbows lift off the earth. Press your palms into the earth. Spread your fingers wide. Start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath, inhaling, exhaling through your nose. And then slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Lifting your hips towards the sky, softening your heels towards the floor. Spread your fingers wide. I like to check in with my hands, to really look at my hands. Look at the inner corners of your hands. Press into that area. And then soften your heart towards your thighs. And if you'd like, you can pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Helping to open up the backs of your thighs. Good. And then inhale, look forward. Take giant steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your fingertips to your shins. Gaze is down, create length from the top of your head to your sitting bones. Exhale, fold. Release tented fingers to the floor. Put a gentle bend in your knees so you can actually touch the floor. Release your chin to your chest. Keeping the bend in your knees, inhale all the way up to stand. Sweep your arms high, palms touch above your head. Gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, find a high plank. Good. Drop your knees or lower from here halfway. Find an upward facing dog. Hug your elbows into your ribs. Lift your hips all the way. Downward facing dog for 2 breaths here. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out. 1 more. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, look forward. Step or softly hop to the top of your mat. Nice hops. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way high. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, fold forward. Hinge at your hips. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to a high plank. Drop your knees or lower from here, chaturanga. Lower to your elbows and shoulders are in one line. And then come onto the tops of your feet, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Settling into your body, settling into your breath. Good, and your next inhale, look forward, step or softly hop to the top of your mat. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sit down in your chair, sweep your arms high. Squeeze your thighs together, reach your fingertips away from you, pull your belly in as much as you can. Good, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Swan dive forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Doing this flow not only warms up your body, but it builds strength in your body. Stay here, drop your knees, lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Lift your hips all the way to the sky, flip over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to hip height. Step your right foot forward, warrior 1. Sweep your arms high, palms touch above your head. Cross your thumbs, gaze up at your thumbs, sink into your right leg. Rotate your left hip towards your inner right thigh. Find your breath. On your next exhale, frame your right foot with your hands, high plank. Vinyasa through, lower halfway, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And if it's ever too much to do those in between every side, you can always just meet us in down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step it forward, warrior 1. Spin your back heel down, sweep high. Palms touch above your head, hug your belly in. Rotate your inner right hip towards your inner left thigh. Gaze up towards your thumbs. Steady your breath. Press through the outer edge of the right foot and fold forward. Step back to a high plank. Drop your knees or lower from here. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Great time to regain your breath control. Once we start moving a little bit faster, it can be harder to retain the breath. But when you breathe in and out through your nose, it calms down the fight or flight mechanism going on in your brain. Inhale, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, generous bend in your knees, sit down in your chair. Sweep your arms up, hug your belly in. Draw your shoulders back and down as you reach your fingertips up. Beautiful. And then swan dive forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Keep your toes facing down to find a nice square hip. Soften your left heel to the floor. Press into your hands. Good. And then step your right leg all the way forward. Warrior 1. Sweep high. Palms touch above your head. Cross your thumbs. Sink 90 degrees into that right leg. Building a lot of leg strength here. Hug your belly in. Reach your fingertips high. Straighten those arms. Draw your biceps in line with your ears. Good. 1 more breath. Release your hands behind your tailbone. Interlace them. I love this. Draw your knuckles towards the floor. Open your heart. Warming up the back and shoulders. Soften your jaw. 1 more breath. Release both hands to frame your right foot. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Open across your chest. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Keep the toes facing down. Keeping that hip square. Soften your right heel towards the floor. Pull your belly in. And then step your left leg forward. Spin your right foot down. Warrior 1. Sweep high. Palms touch above your head. Sink into the left leg. Make sure your left knee is opening to the left. Gaze up at your thumbs. Straighten your arms up towards the sky. Keep your biceps in line with your ears. Beautiful. And then interlace your hands behind your tailbone. Do 1 finger over from the last time. Soften your knuckles towards the floor, open your heart, send your gaze up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, or all the way to the sky. Slowly release your hands, frame your left foot, find a high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, down dog. Good, so we just moved through 2 sun A's, 2 sun B's. So you should be feeling pretty good, pretty warm. Try and steady your breath. One more breath in your down dog. And then slowly drop your knees. Find a tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Knees right underneath your hips. Hug your belly in. Find a neutral table. Press into your hands. Good. Hug your belly in. We'll take a couple of rounds of cat and cow here. Inhale, drop your belly towards the floor. Open your chest. Look up. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin. Inhale, drop your belly towards the floor. Maybe even come up onto the ball mounds of your feet. Look up. Exhale, round your back. Tuck your chin. Good. Inhale, drop your belly. Look up. Exhale, round your back and tuck your chin. And if this is ever too much on your wrists, you can come onto your fists. It'll give your wrists a little relief. Might make the cat and cows a little bit different for you. Keep moving through. We'll take a couple of more rounds, adding some fluidity to your spine. Beautiful. After your last full round, meet me at a neutral table. Good. When you're ready, send your right arm forward and your left leg back, toes facing down. Good. Keep your gaze down. Stay right here. Good. And then here's an option. You can stay right here or catch the inside of your left foot with your right hand. Okay, you can just stay right here hanging onto the top of your left foot, or start to kick your left foot into your right hand and find a stretch the top of the front of your left leg. Keep your gaze down. Without slingshotting, slowly release left foot, right hand, and switch sides. Left arm forward, should be a nice relief for that left wrist. Right leg back. Keep your gaze down. Press through your right heel, reach your left fingertips forward. Good. Stay right here, or catch the inside of your right foot with your left hand. And again, stay right here, or start to kick your right foot into your left hand, keeping your gaze down. Finding a stretch in the front of your right thigh. Good. And then slowly release. Good. Bring your knees together. Find a little child's pose. Soften your forehead to the floor. And if you'd rather take your knees wide apart, you can also do that. Stretch your arms forward. Find your breath. We're not done with the flow. Don't worry, there's plenty more to come. Good. One at a time, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Press your head off the floor. Bring your knees parallel. And your thighs do not need to be touching, but your legs just need to be parallel. Good. And then one at a time, grab onto your heels. And then slowly lower the top of your head to the floor. And you can have as much distance between your knees and your head as you like or as you need. Hug those heels. Hold your hands. You should feel your palms connecting with your heels. Top of your head is just resting on the earth. And start to lift your hips and your back up towards the sky. Starting to open up your spine and your shoulders, preparing ourselves for camel. Keep breathing. About 5 more seconds in rabbit. Then slowly lower your hips to your heels, bring your hands to your thighs. Take 1 or 2 breaths here in Hero's Pose. Let that dynamic movement of having the blood rush into your head and then coming up to a seat, let that all settle before we move anywhere. Might even feel good to take a deep inhale through your nose and open your mouth inside out. Good. And then make your way to down dog. Inhale, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit down in your chair. Sweep your arms high. Good. Slowly make your way all the way down. Sit down, 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 down to boat pose, landing on your butt. Good. Stretch your legs and your arms forward. Again, your knees can be a little bit bent. I always keep mine bent to protect my hips. Or you can straighten your legs. Or you can bring your feet to the floor. Good. Draw your shoulders back, open across your heart. And then cross your ankles, plant your hands, hop to a high plank. Be a little fun today. Lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Step it forward, crescent lunge. Staying on the ball mound of your left foot. Sweep your arms high. Reaching your fingertips towards the ceiling. Keep your gaze forward, your chin parallel to the floor. Steady your breath. Good. Maybe bring your arms to goalpost arms, take a gentle back bend. Lift your sternum like you're Pinocchio and somebody is pulling a string out of your chest. Open your heart. Beautiful. Then release both hands to frame your right foot. Step up into your chair. Sweep your arms high. Sink your booty low. And then slowly sit down, 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 all the way to boat. Good. Reach your fingertips forward, draw your shoulders back, open across your chest. Squeeze your knees and thighs together. Steady your breath. Now's a good time. Cross your ankles, plant your hands, high plank. Doing it as gracefully as you can. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky. Step it all the way forward, crescent lunge. Staying on the ball of the right foot, sweep your arms high. Good. Staying into that right hip. Big opening for the right hip right here. You're also building a lot of leg strength. Drive the right heel towards the back of your mat. Good. Bring your arms to goalpost arms. You can stay right here in goalpost arms or tip back by lifting your heart towards the ceiling. Remember that Pinocchio string coming right out of your sternum. Beautiful. Slowly release your hands to frame your left foot. Step up to your chair. Legs are working. Sweep your arms high. Hug your belly in. Good. And then sit down, 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 all the way to boat, landing on the cushy part of your booty. Good. We're doing one more set each side. Steady your breath. Cross your ankles, plant your hands, hop to a high plank. As long as you're not flailing, however you get to high plank is okay. Lower halfway, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Bend your knees, step it all the way forward, crescent lunge. Sweep high. Sink into your right leg. Good, bring your arms open to a T. Hug your shoulder blades together, hug your belly in. Twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Good. You can keep your gaze forward over your left hand or turn it to the right. Really building strength in that right leg. Lift the back of your left thigh towards the ceiling. Beautiful. And then slowly release your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Reach your right arm all the way up towards the sky. Good. Take a nice open twist here. Good, and then release both hands to the inside of your right foot. Drop your left knee to the floor. Point your left toes away from you. Walk your right foot to the right, find lizard. Lower onto your forearms. Nice and warm. We'll take a brief intermission for a hip opener. Lowering onto your forearms. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Start to roll that right knee to the right. Remember, in yoga, we don't stretch. We don't just jump into lizard. You don't do that first. We get nice and warm. We do our flow. We do all the sun salutations, get the heat going, the internal heat, and then it's safe to stretch like this. Good. Beautiful. When you're ready, make your way back up onto your palms. Hug your belly and turn up on the ball mound of your left foot. Lift your left knee. Step your right leg back. Hold in high plank. Good. Find a downward facing dog for one breath. Bring your toes to touch. Bend your knees. Look forward. Hop to chair. Good. Good, good, good. Sit down. Reach your fingertips high. Hug your belly in. And then slowly sit, 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 find boat. With as much ease as you can. Doesn't need to be perfect. Reach your fingertips forward, draw your shoulders back, open across your chest, hug your belly in. Steady your breath. Then cross your ankles, plant your hands, hop to a high plank. We'll do the last side. Lower halfway, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step it all the way forward. Crescent lunge, staying on the ball mound of the right leg. Sweep your arms high. You can have a straight right leg or put a bend in it. I feel more secure with the straight right leg. Drive your right heel towards the back of the room. Make sure the left knee's opening to the left. Beautiful. And then bring your arms out to a T. Hug your belly and draw your shoulder blades together. Twist to the left. Reach your right fingertips forward, your left fingertips back. Find this nice rotation. If you are expecting, this is safe. It's an open twist for your belly. Beautiful. And then slowly release your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Tented fingers or a flat palm on the mat. Roll your left arm up towards the sky. Continue to drive the right heel to the back of the room. Good, and slowly lower both hands to the inside of your left foot. Drop onto your right knee. Point your toes away from you for lizard. Lower onto your forearms, or you can stay on your hands. Or you could lower onto a yoga block or a folded blanket. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, roll your left knee to the left. Steady the breath. Good, we're going to be moving into our back bending series in just a few moments. We're nice and warm. We're definitely ready for this now. Let the left hip continue to open for about 10 more seconds. And to get a deeper stretch, you can roll further onto the outer edge of your left foot, or even bring your left hand to your left knee and gently guide it open to the left. Good. Come back up onto your palms. Hug your belly in. Just put a gentle bend in the right leg so you can sweep the left knee to meet the right. Good. Balancing on your knees. Lower one at a time onto your forearms. Good. And then lower onto the tops of your thighs. Good. Resting your legs and your forearms on the earth. Belly is off the earth. Again, I know I have some mamas who are expecting. So as long as it's comfortable, you can stay right here. If it's not, you can come onto your knees and take Sphinx on your knees. So from here, for everybody that's in Sphinx, spread your fingers wide, press your heart forward, lift your gaze out, and in front of you, start to magnetize the top of your head towards your butt. Keep drawing your elbows in towards each other. And then slowly lower your forehead down, just to give yourself a little relief, keeping your forearms on the earth. Inhale, press back up, drawing the top of your head towards the floor. Press your belly and your heart forward. Drawing the top of your head towards your butt. Relax your lower half. Good. And then slowly release. Bring your chin towards your chest. And then one at a time, outstretch your arms. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Good. Find really flat palms in front of you. Walk your hands back just a couple of inches. So your elbows are at a gentle bend. Hug your elbows in towards each other. Inhale, press up into a cobra pose. Drawing your elbows together, hug your belly in, draw the top of your head again towards your booty. Your feet and legs, just relax them. They can be as wide as you need them to be. However your legs are falling naturally is good. The work right now is in your upper and mid back. Lower all the way down. You can rest on your belly or bring your forearms to the floor before we find another cobra. Beautiful. Spread your palms wide, press them into the earth. Hug your belly in, press into your palms for another cobra pose. Good, arms outstretched, elbows hugging in towards each other. Relax your butt, draw your heart forward and your head back. Breathing is constricted when your neck is tilted back like this, but try your best to breathe. And then slowly release down all the way to your belly or rest on your forearms. Beautiful. This time, spread your fingers wide, press them into the mat right underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, press into your palms, press into the tops of your feet, find an upward facing dog. In Cobra, our legs are resting, and Up Dog, our legs are off the earth. They're not off the earth by much, but they are hovering. Press your palms, press the tops of your hands into the earth. Draw the top of your head towards your butt. Open across your heart, hug your elbows into your ribs. Child's pose. Spread your knees wide, bring your toes to touch. Find a nice exhale sigh. And just in your child's pose, just move your legs slightly. Bring your toes out so your feet are parallel. Let's find rabbit one more time. Grab your heels. Slowly transfer your forehead to the top of your head. So you're resting on the top of your head. And then hold really tight onto your heels as you lift your hips and your back towards the sky. This should be a really good counter pose to all the back bends we just did. Literally taking the complete opposite form, right? We were opening up in one way, and now we're taking the exact counter pose, bringing the spine in the exact opposite direction. Good. Slowly release your palms to the floor. Sit up into a hero's pose, resting your hands on your thighs. Good. And then stand up on your knees. Bring your knees hip width apart. We've made it to our peak pose for the day. Everything we did today was building up to being ready and warm for camel. Hips right over your knees. Bring your hands to your low back. Kind of like you're wearing jean pockets and your hands are resting there. Let your thumbs come around your low back as much as they can to really support you. Hug your belly in. So we're going to do camel 3 times, and I'll offer ways to stay and ways to go deeper. I really invite you to move slow and listen to your body. So for our first round, take an inhale, grow tall through the crown of your head, draw your elbows together. As you exhale, press your hips forward, 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 and then softly drop your head back, lifting your forehead up towards the sky. Keep pressing your hips forward. Use your hands to support your low back. For this round, we're going to stay right here. If it's too much, you can bring your hips back over your knees and come back. Draw your elbows together, lift your heart. Again, find that Pinocchio action. Find the string lifting your sternum. And then hug your belly in. Come back neutral, sit down on your heels. Bring your hands to your thighs, hero's pose. Come right back up, stand on your knees, hands to your low back. Knees are about hip width apart. Draw your elbows together. Good, hug everything in. Press your hips forward, 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 forward. Draw your elbows together, lift your heart. And then drop your head back. This time, maybe you bring your right hand to your right heel and stretch your left arm up towards the sky or towards the wall behind you. And then maybe you slowly switch, bringing your left hand to your low back, your right hand to your low back. Transition by sending the left hand to your left heel. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Press the hips and the belly and the heart forward, 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 forward. Bring your right hand to your low back, your left hand to your low back. Come all the way up. Stand on your knees. Sit down into a hero's pose. So we're coming to our third set of camel. You can do any of the other variations that we've taken. And if you'd like to take the deepest variation, I'll talk you through that too. Come up to stand on your knees, hug your belly in, hands to your low back. Good. Draw your elbows together, press your hips forward. Good. You can stay right here, or you can take any variation where you bring one hand to your heel, lift the other to the sky. If you want to take the full camel, keep pressing your hips forward, 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 one at a time. Bring a hand to your heel, and then bring your other hand to your opposite heel. Lift through your heart, press your hips forward, drop your head all the way back. Keep pressing your hips and your belly forward. Enjoying this beautiful heart opener. Maybe even close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And then one at a time, bring your hands to your low back. Back to stand on your knees, and then lower all the way into a hero's pose. Good. Let that settle before we go anywhere. And then make your way to a comfortable seat. Good. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Kind of nice wide diamond shape in your legs. Pull the fleshy part of your booty away from your sitting bones. Good. Now we're going to start to counter camel with a couple of forward folds to really stretch your low back. Slide your hands down your shins towards your feet and softly fold forward, drawing your forehead towards your knees, towards your feet. Good. Really work on lowering the belly, the chest, the forehead. Taking our last couple of minutes to counter camel. We'll hold these folds for about 30 seconds to a minute at max. Slowly start to walk your hands up your legs. Good. If possible, stack your right shin on top of your left. Your right knee does not need to be on your left foot. Mine certainly not. Pull the left butt cheek away from the sitting bone. Find that nice seat. Okay. If this is not available to you, you can take a regular cross-legged seat. And that's just fine. Good. Stay right here or start to walk your hands forward. This is double pigeon. It's going to work your hips and really release the right side of your glutes and your low back. Palms to the floor or to yoga blocks or to a blanket. Start to soften your forehead towards your shin to draw your chin towards your chest. Good. We'll hold for about 30 more seconds. Keep breathing. Slowly start to walk your hands up to your right shin. Switch sides, stacking your left shin on top of your right. Do not press your left knee down. Let it be where it is. If you'd like, you could always fold a blanket and put it between your foot and your knee. Pull the left cheek away from your sitting bone so you find that nice actual sitting bone pressing into the floor. Flexing your feet, flex both feet. That will help protect your knees. And again, if this is not comfortable, you can come to a regular cross-legged seat. And then start to walk your hands forward as much as you can. You don't need to be a pretzel. I don't expect you to just fold in half, but try and walk your hands forward and then soften your chin towards your chest and your forehead towards your left shin. And sometimes thinking about being in a pose when you're maybe a little uncomfortable or you have tight hips seems like an eternity. So I challenge you to really tune into your breath here. Here for only 20 more seconds. Really try and soften down to open up the low back and the outer left glute. This is when you need your breath. Good. Start to walk your hands towards your left shin. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Give them a shake. Good. And then make your way onto your backs. You've made it. We're just about done. You can roll onto your back, however feels comfortable. Let's start by taking a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Press your low back into the floor. This should feel pretty good after everything we did. I like to put a little bit of downward pressure into my feet so I can really feel the whole low back pressing into the floor. And then rock from side to side if that feels good. If you'd rather stay still, stay still. Good. And then find stillness in your happy baby. And stretch your left leg all the way out long, toes facing the sky, left foot flexed. Draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a big squeeze. If it doesn't feel good to draw it into your chest, you can draw your right knee to your right armpit. And then stretch your right leg out long. Draw your left leg in, knee to chest or knee to your left armpit. Flex your right foot, press that right heel into the floor. Creating length by pressing that right heel forward as you draw your left knee up. Feel this in the right side of your low back. Then drop both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Then bring your arms out to a T, palms up or down, whichever feels better. Drop your knees to the right, knees stacked. And again, palms up or down, yogi's choice, whatever feels best in your shoulders, in your heart. Then your gaze towards your left hand. You can close your eyes. You want to find a little bit of a deeper stretch in your left hamstring. You can take hold of the outer edge of your left foot or of your left big toe with your peace fingers and straighten your left leg. If you're like, no way, it's too much, stay right where you are. Your gentle twist. There's no harm as long as it's not hurting, and just gently try to find that position just to see even what it feels like. And you can come right back to where you were. Press your hands into the mat, draw your knees across your belly and all the way to the left. Good. When you're ready, send your gaze towards your right hand. And again, same option, stay right here in your nice gentle twist, or if you'd like to take hold of the right outer edge of your right foot or the big toe with your peace fingers and straighten the right leg. You're gonna get a deep stretch in the back of your right leg. And I personally feel this all the way up my glutes to my low back. If that again feels like too much, come back to your gentle twist. And then when you're ready, draw your knees back into your chest. I invite you to take whatever movements you need to. And then stretch out your legs, palms turning up. Shavasana. Take rest for the next minute to absorb all the good things you did in your practice today.